Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is actually a collective reading for the lunar eclipse in Capricorn. Obviously, we know Capricorn energy and Saturnian energy is all about grounding, stability, foundation, karmic cycles. It's an energy of confinement and limitation and boundaries, and breaking those limitations and boundaries to help us fulfill our life's destiny for our highest and best good and for the highest and best of those around us. So the moon is going to be in Capricorn while the sun will be in Cancer. So Cancer is the sister sign of Capricorn. Obviously, we're in Cancer season, and we can learn a lot from feeling our emotions and dealing with our emotions. And now with the moon transition, we will be able to harness our emotions and understand where our foundation needs to be solidified. So with the moon being in Capricorn, I pulled cards. So the major lesson and focus for this transit, I pulled the Ten of Wands energy is really telling us to focus on our responsibilities, whether that be financial, workplace, family, home, relationships, whatever that may look like for you in this particular transit. The Ten of Wands energy is this responsibility and the things that we need to get done that we may have been avoiding or that may have been a challenge for us to get to finish. So this card asks you the questions: are you doing everything career-wise that you need to be doing? Are you doing the best that you can in your relationship? Are you doing everything in your willpower to break past these limitations and these barriers to get to where you want to go? Are you remaining dedicated to your choices and your pathway? Are you honoring, your destiny and where your life is meaning to go? Or are you sitting here fighting against that? Are you fighting against the things that need to be done in order to get to where you want to go? Also, the Ten of Wands asks you, are you carrying too much weight? Because oftentimes when we are, going after a goal, there's a lot of things that we ourselves cannot do. Take on the responsibilities that you can take on. And if you can't, or if it is past your talent or limit to be able to do that, don't be afraid to ask for help. This transit will teach you, maybe you are carrying a little bit too much weight on your shoulders and you need somebody else to help you carry it, or, just help with your transition to whatever you're trying to do in life. That I pulled was how to overcome this lesson. The first card I pulled was the Hierophant. And I pulled the Ten of Pentacles in reversed. Then I pulled the Magician. And then I pulled the Death card. With the Hierophant card, what I was getting was sticking to a routine. Hierophant card is all about spirituality, religious practices, and just honoring those rituals. So really embodying whatever rituals day to day that make you feel grounded, that make you feel aligned. So whether that be daily meditations, daily journaling, daily exercise or yoga, or just taking out time to read a book or something, whatever that may look like for you, transit will move a lot smoother if you embody that ritual. Taking a salt bath every, Sunday or Saturday, taking a nature walk or just a walk around the park or whatever have you. Do whatever you can to stay grounded, because the energy can become a little chaotic with so many planets in retrograde at the moment. And with this being a lunar eclipse in Capricorn. So it might get a little shaky. With the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it's going to tell you to really focus on your finances. Don't overspend, don't overindulge right now. Just really save your finances if you have the ability to, and only spend money on your necessities, not really your wants at this moment, just because Saturn can easily humble your ass. Easily. Saturn is all about limitations, and if you're not learning your lesson, it will fucking show it to you. But also intertwined with the Magician and the Death card. So the Magician card is obviously telling us that we have all the tools we already need to be successful. You already have the talent, you already have the drive, you already have the passion for it, so you can just go ahead out and put yourself out there and do so. But with the Death card coming after the Magician, it's telling me that we need to transform and put to rest our financial patterns that are not serving for our highest and best good. Yes, we have all the tools, but what good are the tools if we keep fucking ourselves over financially and making irresponsible financial decisions? So this is really telling us having a daily routine will keep you on track, and it will kind of help you not to overspend, because you'll be more grounded in your mind, body, and spirit. With the Magician, yes, you can create whatever abundance you need from your talents, but you need to kill out those old financial patterns that are not the smartest decision. You know, treat yourself. I'm all for that, but you can also find other outlets to treat yourself in a financially responsible way. So the next two cards I pulled was what needs to be released at this time. I pulled the Four of Swords and I pulled the Nine of Swords. So this energy is telling me that a lot of productivity needs to be released, but productivity that really isn't conducive for you, if that makes sense. So sometimes people have a habit of being so fucking busy that it's not even getting them anywhere in life. Work smarter, not harder. Oh, I need to go run this errand, that errand, this errand, but some of those errands don't serve any fucking purpose. You're making yourself so busy because we live in a day and age that productivity is praised. And while yes, that is a good thing, it isn't always a good thing. You can be productive in other ways that nurture your mind, body, and soul. So being productive by resting when you need to. That's really the whole goal of this, because it came out next to the Nine of Swords. So making yourself busy with things that don't serve your highest and best good or don't serve a true purpose, just to sit here and act like you're being busy, isn't going to help your spirit. So rest when you need rest. Journal when you want to journal. Just tend to your spirit, because sometimes inactivity can be the most productive thing you can do. And that's where the Nine of Swords comes into, is these negative thought patterns that keep reoccurring, and basically be ridding all of that. Stop talking to yourself in a self-depreciative way. Stop thinking things that belittle your spirit. You know what you need to break. You know what you need to release. You know what patterns that you have or what habits you have that do not serve for your highest and best good. You know what's wrong and what's right. If something makes you feel less than, there's a reason for it. So explore that reasoning, of course, but figure out why it's there in the first place and how you can move that energy out, whether it's internally or externally in your life. Also, what I was getting from this card was to stop fighting your sleep. This whole productivity thing, it takes away from your sleep, and sleep is obviously a necessity. Your body, your mind needs sleep. It needs rest. Your vessel needs rest. So allow yourself that time to take a rest if you need to. Don't overdo it. Don't fucking overdo it. Plain and simple. So the next two cards are what needs to be embodied with this full moon in Capricorn. And I pulled the Hermit, which is one of my favorite cards, especially in this deck. And then the Queen of Pentacles. With the Hermit card, it is teaching us to be our own lighthouse. And every time I pull this card, that's immediately what I think of, is being your own lighthouse. You need to be your own spark of inspiration. You need to be your own light of positivity. Don't focus on somebody else or something else outside of yourself to satisfy your happiness. Only you can give you what you need. Obviously, we need human connections and interactions and things in that nature as well. But don't seek for it outside of yourself, because it's already within you. It already exists. You just have to align with that energy and understand that you already are that energy. Once you have that understanding, it will be way easier to exude that energy and to have meaningful relationships that reciprocate that energy. Also, when you focus on your inner light, you become magnetic to the things that are going to work in your best good. With the Queen of Pentacles energy, you need to be your own light of nurturing, of motherhood. You need to be your own provider, your own substance of security. Saturn is all about self-mastery and your own personal limitations. So explore what these limitations are and how can you break out of these limitations, because a lot of these limitations are placed in your mind, obviously, as we can see with the Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords. But the way we break out of those patterns and out of those habits and out of those mental whirlwinds that just keep us drowning in a sense is to provide that own love, support, and nurturing that we keep seeking out for others. So self-mastering those own emotions within yourself and turning into yourself when you feel a lack of them. And with the Queen of Pentacles, you're being asked to focus on your foundation, focus on your home, because, you know, Cancer is the energy of home and hearth. Cancer is the nurturing energy, but Capricorn is the more kind of masculine energy, I feel. When it comes to nurturing, it's more of the strict nurturing, kind of like that tough love energy. But love doesn't always have to be tough. And I feel that Saturn gets that kind of rap because it's just real. People think it's tough love, but it's just fucking brutally honest. That's what it is. But you need to be brutally honest with yourself in this transit. And you know that's hard, but that's the only way you're going to elevate your own spiritual path and become the Queen of Pentacles. So now for the last card of the reading is basically the outcome of this transit and the outcome of all of the energies being intertwined, which I couldn't have pulled a better card. We have the Strength card, which is so cool because the fact that we're going from tropical Cancer season to Leo season is just beautiful. It's just like the cherry on top to me. The Strength card is basically when everything is said and done, you'll be stronger after this. You will be triumphant. You will be victorious. You will feel that connection back to your own heart and your own self. This transit, after going through all of these energies and sorting throughout all of these energies, it's also going to ignite a lot of solar plexus upgrades and heart chakra upgrades. Solar plexus is obviously above the navel, heart chakra obviously, which Leo rules the heart anyways. And as you can see in the card, she's literally hugging the lion. So kind of view it as hugging yourself, like hugging that kind of wild aspect to yourself that, you know, did have to break out of these patterns, that wild self, an untamed version of yourself that kept you in a lower frequency of just overthinking and, you know, carrying on too much weight and baggage, not being financially responsible. And this energy is just accepting yourself in your totality. Like I said, Saturn is also the ruler of karma and death. So killing out all of these parts of yourself because no, they don't serve you for your new journey and your new path. But just because you're killing it off and burying it doesn't mean you can't love who that person was. Every version of yourself deserves love and compassion, and that's where the solar plexus and heart chakra upgrades are going to be stemming from. Because when you start to love every inch of yourself, it empowers you in a way that is just love in its totality, acceptance in its totality, accepting your mistakes, accepting all of your flaws. And that's what Saturn is trying to teach us, is letting go of the ego, letting go of the pride, letting go of the things that just keep us in a lower vibrational frequency, and accepting what is and has been, but correcting our patterns and behavior for our best and highest good. Because when Saturn sees you doing the work and actually moving forward, he will always reward you. So, and that's exactly what this reward is going to be. The upgrades, the self-love, the empowerment, and overall just the strength in the whole entire experience. Because, you know, you do have to go through darker things to become stronger. Pain is a form of transmutation and alchemy. You can always alchemize pain into power. And that's really what this whole spread is about. So we will find ourselves at new levels of self-respect. We'll honor our boundaries more energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, and we will step into our self-appreciation and our own self-gratitude, because you are on this journey by yourself and you deserve all the fucking credit because you're the one putting in the work. And if you've been doing the work, you will be rewarded. And if not, it might be a little turbulence, but I have faith in you. You've got this shit. You are strong. And just know that, you know, you can make it through. You made it through life thus far. So what's a little more shit? So I will put below my prices because I do personal readings. I also do distance Reiki sessions. Reach me at my PayPal. I'll put all my payment information below, all my social media accounts. So please be sure to follow, like, subscribe, and comment. And I appreciate you guys so much and hope you have a wonderful lunar eclipse in Capricorn. Bye, guys.